So about 4 months ago, I did a review on a 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV V. You guys can watch the video up here. I'm gonna do a quick build and price here on how I would spec one based off the options I've seen. So let's get into my screen and talk about it. So over here, I'm on the Cadillac.com website and we're on the Escalade V category here. Now for starters, I am nowhere near buying one of these things. I just find it fun to spec some of these things out based off what I've seen and reviewed. So we're gonna go down and hit build and buy. Now the build and buy, I mean, for the Escalade itself is, well, a lot, but when you go into the V, there is pretty much everything included in it, so you're gonna have to only click a few other options. But there's a couple options that I would or wouldn't get depending on the situation you're in. So you can go Escalade or the ESV. Let's just say in this case, if it's me, I'm going to go with just the Escalade itself. I'm not going to go with the ESV. So the funny thing is, I didn't even know you can get a rear-wheel drive Escalade. I mean, up here in Canada, you can only get the four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Now, when you click the all-wheel drive, it's going to go right to the V because you can only get all-wheel drive with the V series. Now, we're going to hit exterior here. And we're gonna play with some of the colors. Now you only get 5 colors. I've seen 2 options in person, the Black Raven and the Vibrant White Tricoat. I've seen Argent Silver here on the CT5 Blackwing. And honestly, it is a beautiful, beautiful color. I would highly recommend this option if you want something different from the black or white. It gives a nice contrast around the vehicle, especially with the black, the red, and some of the chrome accents around it. Now, if it's me, I'm gonna go with the Black Raven or the Radiant Red Tint Coat. That's me, but in this case, we'll stick with the Black Raven. Now, you can get the wheels that are standard, that are the satin graphite. They are really nice. You can upgrade to the 24 black alloy ones, but it's gonna put on the Onyx package, which I also would recommend too, because it blacks out a lot of the nameplates on the exterior, and it gives you that lit up Cadillac logo in the front. So in this case here, we'll stick with the black alloy wheels. It's gonna charge you about $5 grand US for those wheels and the Onyx package, which is a lot of money, but you're basically paying for the wheels. Now the interior here, this is where things get interesting. I've seen the black and the gray. I mean, it's more white. They call it sheer gray. The black is nice. It's very dark, obviously, in there, and they don't really give you too much lighting of color in there other than like the piping and the stitching around the seat. I like the sheer gray because it opens up the interior a little bit more. You're able to see a little bit more of the leather around the console, the doors, but the downside to the sheer gray is that it will get dirtier quicker, especially, you know, if you wear jeans or the blacks, it's gonna rub onto the seat. Honestly though, if you clean it and you maintain it, it should be fine. The seats are very comfy. Now the 2 front seats, massaged, heated and ventilated. Obviously you're paying a lot of money. Like right now we're at $175,000. Now the back is where things get interesting. I've seen the captain chairs and I've done a review with the executive second row seating. The captain chairs are great. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. They're great if you're gonna be getting into that 3rd row a decent amount of times throughout the week or even a couple times a month. They're great. You get an armrest on the side of your left side or right side, which is nice. You've got that walkway there to get into the back, and these seats, you have a lever there that you can push the seat forward if you can't get through in the middle. Now the executive second row seats are a great option. Honestly, I would probably option them for $7,500 because at this point, I don't think you're really caring about the price. This center console gives you a lot. So you've got the trays here, as you can see. You've got 2 separate wireless charging pads for the passengers. You've got the screen there. The seats are massaged, heated, and ventilated. Massaging is awesome. You've got speakers in the headrest, as we can see. The only thing is that the climate control is not dual zone. It's actually one climate control, so the passengers are gonna have to figure out what climate control they want. You've got your own cup holders there. You only get one 120 plug back there, unfortunately. But overall, this second row seating is beautiful. I only would option this if you aren't really gonna be using that 3rd row seat, because the only way to get back there, so your seat adjustments are on the side of the seat, or there's a button behind on the pillars on each side to push and the seat will automatically go forward, but you have to hold the button. Now, getting into the 3rd row if the seat's forward is very difficult, especially if you're a bigger person. As I demonstrate here, it's not the best, and this is where things can get tricky. Like if you're gonna be driving people and you need more than 3 to get into the back, I probably wouldn't get this executive row seating. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. It is a pain in the ass. That's why just opt for the front bucket seats. It's definitely worth it. The executive second row seating is expensive, $7,500, but there are some benefits. Now, I look at it like executive, okay, like executive of a CEO. I look at that like, okay, someone's going to be driven back there. If you're getting driven back there, 100% go for it. If not, I probably would not get that seats because people have returned the Escalade with the executive row because it is useless for them and it doesn't work. It's only like a great option if you're going to actually be driven in the vehicle. No one's really going to be using the third row. The third row, I look at it as like a emergency. You have that third row because I think in the Maybach there is no third row and some people want that third row just in case, but it's not really useful. But I digress. That's really it for the second row. It is beautiful though. You still get a decent amount of room in the third row. Just depends honestly how much these two seats are reclined. Now for options, as we already saw, we already picked the Onyx package. Now with the executive second row seating, we're already at $183,000, which is a lot of money. I understand that. Other than that, there really isn't much. Like you can get interior protection packages, the floor liners. I would get floor liners. You can get a really nice carpeted floor mats in there too. Now with the executive row seating, you can do some ambient lighting back there too. Like it's beautiful, especially at nighttime. But overall, that's really it. Like how I would spec it, I would do just the Escalade. The second executive row seating is only personally if you're not using that third row often or you're being driven back there. It's not worth it to get if you got kids and they're going to be needing to go into the third row. And as a summary, at $183,000, I mean, these cars are pushing 220, 230 Canadian, and it is a lot of money for a SUV, I'm not gonna lie. But I think when people are hitting that 150 plus price point, especially just for an SUV, I really don't think they care about adding $7,500. This is how I would spec one out. I think the Radiant Red tint coat is stunning. I think it brings out a lot of the nice accents. Now, one thing that's cool is this is actually a light around the grille. So this here lights up when you unlock it and it will kind of do like a light show like the Lyric or whatever. Now the Onyx package is going to give you that light around the Cadillac logo. From a front view, this thing is beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. How would you spec this out? Would you get the second row seating or would you not? Is it not worth it to get it? Honestly, if it's me and I'm spending over 150 grand for like a daily SUV, I'm definitely getting the second row seating because I think it's just badass. But let me know what you guys think about the video. How would you spec one out? And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.